What's going on with everybody? It's your boy Eric, aka Young God, coming to you live in the White Dungeon this time, getting to your real raw rugged. And usually I let the person introduce themselves, but I want to give him a special introduction real quick, man. So before we get to this interview, I want to tell you how I found out about you. I was on this website called KTT. Niggas was talking about your album, so I'm like, let me go listen to it. Hey man, I just want to let you know that's probably one of the best albums I've heard in the past couple years, man. So we got Benny the Butcher here, man. What's going on?
The butcher coming, nigga.
Hey, man, the Butcher is coming, man. What you got going on today?
I'm just leaving the studio, man. I'm in Brooklyn right now. Shout out to everybody in New York City. I'm in Brooklyn right now on my way back to Buffalo, though. Just gassing up for I could blow. You know what I mean?
Hey, man, I want to let you know that is it Tana Talk? Is I'm pronouncing it right? Is it Tana Talk 3?
It's Tana.
Tana.
Right. Tana is short for it's Tana, short for Montana.
Montana. All right.
My block is Montana Avenue.
All right. Tana Talk 3, man, is like the best way I can describe it is like I ain't washed my neck music in 3 months. It's real gritty. It's real nasty. It's disgusting.
Say that again.
I said it's like I like to describe it as like I ain't washed my neck music in 3 months, man. Like it's shit nasty, man. Like I smelt the crackhead as soon as I heard the intro Babs, man. I was like, yo, this shit's crazy, bro. So, and all my Jacksonville niggas and Florida niggas, man, smell like Pearl Street, man. So you really was restoring the feeling right there, man. It's top three on my albums list so far, but yeah. Before we even get to that, man, for the people that don't know you, man, tell the people who you are, a little bit about yourself.
Hey yo, I'm Benny the Butcher. I'm 1/3 of Griselda Records. That's Westside Gun in Conway. You know what I'm saying? Signed to joint venture with Shady. You know what I mean? That's why I'm running around here doing all this shit. Niggas got a situation and niggas making the most out of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the I'm one of the hardest niggas in the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say that and I can stand on that. And that's just who I am. When Raekwon tell me that, and when niggas like Kiss tell me that, and Pete told me that before he died, I mean, that's what it is. I'm one of the hardest in the game. And I'm carrying the torch. I'm bridging the gap. I'm spitting music that I grew up on. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is.
It's funny you said it because I think it's Joe Pesci 38 at the beginning of the song. You said this is how music's supposed to sound, or this how our music sound. And what is your, I guess, idea of what rap is supposed to sound like?
Okay, it's like this to me. Check this out, right? You got storytelling, authenticity, and it gotta be like some type of music is from the streets.
Mm.
So say hip hop is from the streets, like literally from the streets. Not saying that you gotta be a drug dealer or a hired nigga to do music, but saying that it has to have some type of street element to it, because that's where it was birthed. So you know what I mean? So niggas can't make up new rules now. So it's just about being authentic and being true to the principles that built hip hop. You know what I'm saying? In a way, whatever way you can do that, as long as you keep it true to hip hop, the things that built it, the street shit, the DJs, you know what I mean? The beats, the drums, you know what I'm saying? Keeping it there, it's hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
See, I'm a Florida nigga. You from New York, so you way much more closer to the birthplace of hip hop than I am. But I was always under the assumption that rap music was birthed as like party music almost, and it later evolved into like kind of the street elements or whatever. Because
Right.
I think like I may be wrong, but I feel like the message by Curtis Blow might be like the first ever rap song with like a message to it, like an actual message. 'Cause everybody else was just like hip hop, hibbity hibbity, we're doing disco dance and cocaine. So like when would you say that rap became more geared to like this is street, like this is for like basically like they say the NWA was like the hood CNN or whatever. When do you think it's transitioned to that?
Yeah, around that time, around NWA. You know why? I think though, because like you said, Curtis Blow being who the fuck was that with the message?
That was Curtis Blow. Yeah, that was Curtis Blow.
Curtis Blow with the message. You know what I'm saying? It's like they was doing it, but he was from a neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? But when guys like that start talking about what they were doing, you know what I'm saying? When Easy E and Cube and them start talking and Coochie Rap and start talking about the things that they were doing, and it wasn't just music. It was like niggas started writing a diary over the beats. Then it became street. Cause that's why I started patterning my bars the way I did actually. Because it's like I'm hearing rappers rap about their life and naming similar shit that I do, and I'm like, oh, we could rap about that. We could talk about that. And that's what it was. It's different, like street guys do. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Street guys were the first rappers. When even though a couple of them wasn't like the Cool Hercs in that era.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even though they were, even like Rakim, he really wasn't on no like street shit. He was a poet. He was a poet. He was using his words. But guess what? He was a street dude though. You feel what I'm saying? So when street dudes start talking about their life and open up their life to the world, then it became street. You know what I'm saying? Then it became street.
See, it's not even like I feel like I love music and I love street music. I love when street music is authentic, right? And I could tell everything you say, you believe it. Like, even if you force yourself to be like, nigga, I'm just say some bullshit right here, but nigga, I still believe it. I believe everything you say. Nigga said, what you said? You said my plug got a farm like old McDonald. I seen that in my head, bro. It's like everything you say has a meaning to it. And I feel like that's one of the things in rap that's missing, that people are just saying stuff they don't even believe. But everything you say, I would imagine you have like 100% believing. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, and that's a fact, because I feel like that's an art in itself. You know what I'm saying? You got guys who tell the story with their words. They play on words. The Eminems, the Lil Waynes, and stuff like that. And then you got guys who use the story to who use the story to amplify the music. That's what I do. I use the story. It's not too much. What I'm saying is how I'm saying it. You feel what I'm saying? And then you got guys like Jay, Hov, who use the words and the story. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Dudes do get on them and say anything like this. Boy, nigga, man, this shit media, man. I don't want to say nothing and piss people off and get blackballed and shit. But I was listening to some shit the other day, and I'm like, how do you say that? How did you say that? If it clearly don't make sense, like it didn't make sense. Me, I try to, in my songs, I try to say shit that I would say inside of a conversation. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just making up words or just, I wouldn't say a word that I won't use in a regular conversation.
I feel that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I try to keep shit real, man. The people really appreciate that shit.
It's funny because when I tell people like a lot of my favorite bars, it's not like metaphors or similes. Even though I do love like the metaphors, alliteration, all that. It's some stuff just like it's sometimes just the simple stuff, and I feel like you got that down to a T. Just certain stuff you say, like I said, I think it's because you mean it. Like you said, we really grew up from grave conditions. Like just that one sentence right there, I felt that because you know what I'm saying. I could tell you mean that. So I do appreciate you realizing that you have an art form and you sticking it down to the T. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate people like that. Is there music that doesn't do that though? That you have like kind of like rap music that you kind of have a what's the word, like a guilty pleasure for?
Say that again?
I say, is there music that doesn't sound like yours that you kind of have a guilty pleasure for, that you feel like I shouldn't even be liking this, but I like it?
I love, because really nothing sound like my shit, but man, I fuck with all that shit. I fuck with the 21 Savages, the Gunners, the fucking Lil Durks, the G Herbos. I fuck with all of that shit. We listen to all of that shit. That's a big misconception of Griselda. They think we don't listen to that type of music. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's entertained. Am I entertained off by that music? Hell fucking yeah, I'm human.
Yeah.
Do I get out of that music what I would get from Kiss or a Coogee rap or some shit like that? No. Okay. It's like eating vegetables and it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's different. I get different vitamins from different music. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta listen to everything.
See, like I said, I really just found out about you not too long ago. So if we could just go back a little bit, like when did you first start rapping? Like, have you been in the game for a little minute?
Yeah, man, I've been doing this shit for a minute, and I'm a young OG. You know what I'm saying? I've really been doing this shit professionally since I was a teenager. You know what I'm saying? Mid-teens. I was in studios, taking trips, doing shows, opening up, you know what I'm saying, working with local underground record labels since I was about 16, you know what I'm saying, for a fact. I'm 34. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the niggas who don't mind saying my age. I'm proud of my age.
Yeah.
But I've been doing that for a long time, and it evolved to this. I'm seasoned, and that's another reason why I don't sound like I know what I'm doing. When I get in that booth and I get around the shit, I know what I'm doing, and hopefully people can hear that.
See, I watch battle rap, and I think one of the reasons I like you because I feel like it's almost like a battle rap on beat almost, and a lot of battle rappers are terrible rappers. Like actually, like when they get on beat, like they're I got it god awful. I don't even understand it. But you sound like actually like a good battle rapper, and you actually good on beat. So that made me think, like, do you watch battle rap?
All the fucking time. All the fucking time. Shout out my nigga Grizz. Shout out
Yeah,
my
I see T Top follow you.
shout out my
Yeah,
Rock.
yeah.
Those my niggas,
Okay,
man. Hell
okay.
yeah. Shout out my nigga Sue Surf. Yeah, I watch that shit all the fucking time.
Would you ever consider battling if Smack ever reached out to you?
To be honest with you, I wouldn't consider it. Nah, I wouldn't.
Mm.
But now it depends. Now if them figures is looking
Yeah,
right,
he threw you a bag. He threw you a nice considerate bag. Would you consider it?
I'm damn near in there. I ain't gonna lie.
Like, do you think you would be good at it at least?
Yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? Cause like I did all of that. You know what I mean? You know, I spent any nigga who spent a big part of his career being underground and being like local. You did everything. You did some of everything. You trap rap, you boom bap, you battle rap. You did everything. So of course I battle rapped. You know what I mean? I've been to prison before. You know what I'm saying? Like I held down the yard. Anytime I got up to prison, my first time rapping on the yard, I held down the yard until I left. You know what I'm saying? So I know all about that. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's a different craft. So shout out to those niggas that do that. But if Smack came with a big bag, hell yeah, we be there.
Yeah. Nah, it's interesting you bring up prison because one of the songs, I think it was the intro where you say I spent nights in them holes for the shit I whipped and sold for 3 Christmas in a row, and you talked about prison a lot on that album, and it made me text my brother, or it made me email my brother from jail on the JPay shit, cause you know, like, you really, I feel like you don't glorify it like a lot of rappers, like, yeah, I'm in prison, I'm with it, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro, like, that shit ain't cool. So I think. Yeah, no, I was gonna say I want to thank you for the fact that you actually don't try to glorify it. So when you say you was sitting in a hole, it's not like, oh, I was sitting in a hole playing video games. You know, like you was actually struggling. So you know what I'm saying. So I really want to appreciate that because that made, yeah, cause that made me text my brother, like, you know, check up on him, see how he doing.
Yeah, man, check up on bro. And it's like I hear a lot of these dudes get on these songs and they make these make believe stories up, and they never talking about prison. When prison is a major part of this game that we rap about. You know what I'm saying? It's a major part. You know what I'm saying? I don't know no kingpin who never been to prison. Not saying that there ain't none, because I know it is. I'm just saying I don't know none.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know it's people who made it clean out the game and shit like that. I know it's people like that, but I don't know any of them dudes personally. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta let people know, because the kids is listening to everything you're saying, every detail. You know what I'm saying? And you never know what part they gonna catch. So I put that out there frequently, so somebody gonna catch that part eventually.
Is there other messages that you want to put in your music, like outside of prison? Like, cause I see it's like a lot of frequent themes that come in your songs. Like, are there other things that you be like when you make an album? Like, yeah, I gotta put this in here because this is a message I want to spread.
It's just I talk about jail so much because my music is basically it's an introduction to me. You know what I'm saying? And that was a part of my life. I had my first felony in a federal case when I was 18. Attempted to shoot a kilo when I was 18 years old. So, I mean, that changed me forever. Going through that when you're 18, when you're young, that's going to change you forever. But another message is, man, it's just, man, be authentic, man, to whatever you are and whoever you are. Just be authentic to that, man, because that's what people going to respect. And be humble, because you're going to be a grown-up way longer. You're going to be a child, so be humble. You know what I'm saying? Because karma is a revolving door. You know what I'm saying? I want people to know that. That's why I talk about you know what I'm saying? There's hidden messages in there. You know what I'm saying? I'll talk some shit too. I might say some good shit about the game too. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna throw it in there and just let people know, like, karma is a revolving door. Yeah. So no matter what you're dealing with, just know that.
Do you have a favorite song off Tana Talk 3 right now?
I got a couple favorites. Of course, the intro. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling my business and that. And of course, Rubber Bands and Weight. 97 holes. And I mean, it's a few more, man. I can keep going, but those three is a little standout to me. I'm a nigga who I definitely got favorites on my own album.
Yeah.
I'm not biased. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But and that Broken Bottles.
Fire.
Joe Pesci 38. I mean, a lot of shit, man. I was listening to this shit earlier.
Yeah, Good Night is crazy, by the way. Good Night is out of his mind. But I wonder sometimes when I listen to great albums, do the artists ever sit back and realize like what they're making? Like you ever when you was making this, did you sit back and be like nigga, this is crazy?
No, I'm not gonna front. Like I know I'm good. I know I'm good. Trust me. I be around niggas. I'm grading myself around niggas. I'm like, you spit that. I know where I'm at with this shit. But to get the what's the word I'm looking for? To get the what? To get the like the acknowledgement that I've been getting. It's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. So I really wrote one of those albums.
Yeah.
I really have a. I'm just gonna be honest. You know what I'm saying? Even though the album is not for everybody. It's for hip hop listeners and people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
For everybody who listens to that can agree. It's some great music on there. And for me, I'm the person who wrote it, and I'm the person who's dealing with it. It's been an instant career change putting that album out, and I'm the one living it. I'm the one who's doing it. So as soon as that album went out, people listen. Everything been different ever since I put that album out.
It's like it's songs on there like 97 Hove. 97 Hove, that sound like the song. If there was gonna be a song to restore the feeling of hip hop, it would be that. Like it just sound like old. You know what I'm saying? Like it sound like the golden era of hip hop right there.
Right. I'm just in a coma and I'm stuck in that whole time.
It's crazy. It's great, and I think that's like I always go back and forth with myself. On like some of like the best time periods of music, and I always say 90s R&B, 70s soul music, and 90s rap because I think 90s rap is just a crazy place in time. And I realize there's a lot of soul samples on this album. So are you a person that likes to listen to soul music because I feel like soul music sometimes it gets me into like a creative mood. Like I don't know why, but it's like it's when black people were just like in a bag, like it was just crazy. So do you ever listen to other types of music to get you in a type of mood?
Yeah, man, I'm definitely listening like to Bobby Womack, you know what I'm saying? Some of the old Whisperers, the Commodore, the Isleys. I definitely listen to that because when you're an artist, you know, you in this business. When you're an artist, you're doing this shit so much, you gotta pull inspiration from anywhere you can. You know what I'm saying? So I'm watching them. Looking out there. You know what I'm saying? Those my old shop some motherfucker. That's my shit.
Nah, I feel that. I guess before we get out of here, I want to get into some fan questions, and we'll get out of here real quick. So, first fan.
So the questions from the fans, huh?
Yeah, I got some questions for the fans too. I had to let them niggas get their stuff in.
Alright, let them get their shit off, man.
Nigga Goose said, no question I could think of right now, but make sure to thank him for rubber bands and weight. So there's that.
Tell my boy I said that. Well.
Keep It Real came with 3 questions. This is the last question he asked is actually like a frequent thing I see a lot. But the first question he says, ask him why he isn't with Shady even though Conway and Westside are. The second question was ask him when the collab album with Harry Fraud is dropping, and ask him to post a download to Tana Talk 1.
Okay, this for the first question. I'm not with Shady because I wasn't discovered by Shady. I'm Griselda, you know, Westside Gun, Conway, those my cousins. So, you know what I'm saying? Long as I was with the family was concerned, it wasn't about like, I got Shady. As long as he was good, as long as some niggas was good, I was good. See, I'm here without not $1 from a record label.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, Griselda. But the second question, what was the second one again?
He's asking when he dropping the collab album with Harry Fraud.
Oh, I'm working on it right now. I'm halfway done, man. I'm working. I've been busy, baby. But I'm cooking on it. Maybe top of the year. Look for that. It's going to be heavy. It's going to sound different from my album, too.
Okay. And last question from him was asking to post a download link for Tana Talk 1.
Okay, so we had a conversation about that. It's me and my boy, City Boy.
Okay.
You know what I mean? This is my nigga right here, City Boy. This is my boy, Rigai, right here. What up, though?
What's going on?
We had a conversation about that. I don't want to put out that old music. That's like looking at baby pictures. You know what I'm saying? Even though it was good music, I don't want to put that out. And everybody have access to that music, man. That was like 2004. That was 14 years ago. I don't want to be honest with you. I don't, you know what I mean? You know, Tana Talk 2 is on. Tana Talk 2 is actually, you can find it. Maybe that's why they asked about one, because they already probably already found two.
Yeah, they did.
Man. But yeah, I don't want, you feel what I'm saying though? I was like baby pictures.
But could it get to a point where the fans are just like wanting it so much to where you put it out, or you just really don't want to put it out?
Yeah, it could. If they bug me enough, I probably shouldn't have said this in there.
All right, y'all niggas hit him on Instagram, Twitter, all like tell that nigga to release that, man. We waiting for that, man.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm gonna let people know the intro I did on Tana Talk 1 was to the whole intro. I used that beat. Theme song to The Sopranos. Plays on the key of life on my mental piano. I used that beat. So I was still in my bag back then, 14 years ago. Facts.
Alright, man. So hopefully we can bug you enough for that.
Bug me enough. Mama felt like they really wanted it.
Alright. Smackers ask he said ask him who he thinks is next up from Buffalo.
Rick High next. Right here.
Oh, what's going on? What's going on, bro?
Homie, how you? Cool.
What's good?
He produced. Now listen, he produced Monetize. That's the first song on a friend of ours. He also produced The Hunter with me and Sky Zoo. The Hunter 2 with me and Sky Zoo. And his bars is crazy. Rap better than all of the rappers. Producers rap better than the rappers now. You know what I'm saying? And he dope, and he been on my side for a long time, 10 years, more than 10 years. We've been doing it. He another nigga, when people hear him and get used to him, they gonna feel like he cheating because he's seasoned. He been doing this for 10 years, so he not gonna sound like a new nigga. You know what I mean? He's a veteran.
Okay.
Heard of it.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to check him out. Rick Hyde.
Rick Hyde, Pretty Ricky Hyde on Instagram. You know what I'm saying?
Alright, I'm definitely
He dumping on me. We had Shade 4-5 dumping, rapping and shit. He up there. He got some shits up there at Static. Motherfucking DJ Eclipse. You know what I'm saying? This is my boy.
Alright, I'm definitely looking to him. Last question comes from Mental Case 420. He says, "Will there ever be a Griselda compilation or a collective group project outside of Hall and Nash?"
Hell yes. That's a fact. There's gonna be more than one.
Okay.
There's gonna be several soon too. Them shit's definitely coming this year. That's a play. That's a play that we didn't call yet, so you know it's coming.
Okay. Well, anything else you got to say before we get out of here?
Man, I just want to tell people, go get that Tana Talk 3. Please go get that Tana Talk 3. It's real hard street music, man. Everybody love it. I'm restoring the feeling. You know what I'm saying? I'm busting my pen on it. I wrote that when I moved out the projects. I speaks out the projects. That's why it sounds so crazy like that. You know what I mean? And fuck with it. Go get that Tana Talk 3. Griselda, Black Soprano fan. Buffalo, we in this bitch, man. I don't want to rap.
Alright. Until next time, I say what I mean what I say. Haters gonna hate, players gonna play. Holla at your boy now.